This is Neighbor Wanebum Jude, former high school teacher, and you're welcome to Learning with Richie. So, on this channel, we talk on immigration issues such as how to look for employment opportunities abroad, how to look for educational opportunities, and I also share with you my lifestyle as an international student in Canada. And so, if you're new to this channel, you're highly welcome. Please subscribe to the channel and click the notification button so that whenever I upload content, you'll be able to see the content. For my returning viewers, I want to thank you so much. I thank you for the comments. I thank you for the support. There are those comments that keeps me going and that motivate me to generate more content. So on this community, we kind of like we empower each other to be able to do some of these applications ourselves, to share ideas and position ourselves to make use of opportunities as they present themselves. So in today's video, I will be talking to you about another opportunity. It is a fully paid fellowship program that is offered by the UNFCCC, United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change. So this fellowship kind of like put youth in the forefront to be able to fight climate change. We know climate change is a reality that we are dealing with on a daily basis. We find rising temperatures around the world. We hear of hurricanes, we hear of floods every day, we hear of drought in different parts of the world. And as part of this particular program, they are bringing in youths who are below 30 years old to empower them to be able to like take actions that can protect the world or can slow the rate at which the world is experiencing global warming. So please, if you want to get more about this particular opportunity, remember I said it is a paid fellowship. So it is a 9-month fellowship and it is paid. So if you want to get more about it, please hang around and I will take you to the website and I'll give the details as far as this particular opportunity is concerned. Okay, so guys, we go to Google. We'll Google search UNFCCC Fellowship 2022. So it brings us here, and I will just go with this one. So you see, like there are a couple of sites that are sharing the program. So I will go with this one. I'm sure if you open any of those ones, it will still take you to the same program. So guys, we are actually on the website of this for this particular fellowship. So it will just like the information up here, kind of like it is describing this program. So like I said before, this program, the objective of this program is to bring youth to the forefront in the fight against climate change. We know the youth are the people who will be who will be most affected by climate change, and therefore it is but normal for them to be actually part of the team that is fighting against climate change. So fellowship will include modules on leadership development, engagement with businesses, NGOs, and policy leaders, mobilization and outreach in broader network, opportunities for fellows to work together as a collective, and a person capstone project. So what we are trying to say here is like this program, this particular fellowship has as objective the modules concern leadership development, engagement with businesses. Remember, why are we engaging businesses? Because business activities they affect the environment. If you take like maybe industries, they have emissions and other stuff. There are so many things that businesses would do, that maybe the activities that businesses do carry out that play on the environment. So they are very important for us to engage them in this process to fight against climate change. NGOs are also there. Most of them are there. They're advocating for looking for better ways to deal with some of the climate issues. We need to bring policy leaders, because they are those people who will make the policy to guide people on maybe like regulate behavior to see how we can achieve this objective of zero. That means we are fighting to bring human activities, the emissions that we do, to a zero level, and see how we can resist and save the world. So, what is the time commitment for this particular fellowship? If you're participating in this fellowship, or if you're selected in this particular fellowship, you should be ready to devote 16 hours per week into this particular program. Remember, it is paid. So, and since it's just 16 hours and one day is 8 hours, so you can still be doing a job and you're able to participate in this program. And members, participants from on this particular program can come from different countries, and they'll probably be participating at different times. So what you need, you'll be able to like just get you need to get a laptop, get a connectivity and stuff like that, and you'll be able to do this program. What is the duration of the program? The duration of the program will run for 9 months. That's from April 2020 to December 2020. Who should apply? If you are an early career professional under 30 with a record of engagement or expertise in one or two of the sectors hosting the fellowship, or a history of climate sustainability advocacy and familiarity with multi-stakeholder organizing, we will highly encourage you to apply. So when I read this particular aspect here, guys, I see so many people in Cameroon who are eligible to this for this particular program. Like, I see all those young guys there who are advocating, who are doing one stuff or the other. I see the group, the How We Made It in Africa group. There are so many of them who are doing a lot of things that pertain to some of these. And guys, I'll be reaching out to you. I encourage each and every one of you who is doing something to please apply for this particular program, gather the skills, come back to what you have been doing. I know you are impacting our community in a very, very huge way. So get some more information and come back to continue solving those problems in our communities. I also see those young entrepreneurs who are leading the social media landscape in Cameroon and in Africa. Guys, I see you guys like really participating on this program and helping to make the change. So what is the eligibility criteria? For you to be eligible for this particular program, it doesn't require any educational, there's no educational requirement. All you need to be is to be below the age of 30 as at April 1st, 2022. So you should be less than 30 years old, and you should have a minimum of 5 years of work experience in either one of the fellowship sectors. So I'll be touching on the fellowship sectors in a moment. So fellowship sectors: climate leadership or organizing. You should have good communication skills. You should be a self motivated and willingness to be flexible. That you will be working with teams across different time zones. So yeah, you should be motivated. You should really have passion for what you want to do. You should have passion for saving the world, and you should also be flexible. You should be willing to work with other people from different cultural backgrounds, because this program is open to everyone in the world who is passionate about climate. Remember, climate activities that people carry out in Europe, in Africa, in Asia affect people in different parts of the world. So the climate, we have to fight climate as the world. We are not fighting climate as individuals. We will do our little contributions as individuals, but when we put those individual contributions together, we will be saving the world as a whole. So guys, you should be willing to work with people from different cultural backgrounds. You should have adequate network relevant to the sector specific or climate related work. So you should have a ground, like you should really master the area where you want to apply. Ability to commit minimum of 16 hours a week to the fellowship. So you should be willing to put in 16 hours. If you are doing full-time work, please don't worry. You can decide to do some of the hours. Maybe you can do some extra hours, maybe 4 hours or 2 hours at night when you come back. And by the end of the day, what you require is that for a week you should have put in 16 hours. And then you should have sufficient English language skills. Should be able to express yourself in good English. Should have a laptop and reliable internet connectivity. And there should be a commitment to the values of the climate champions to raise non-state actor commitment to the global goals of the Paris Agreement. So they'll be working in line with the Paris Agreement on climate change. So applications are already open, and they are open from now, and the deadline for this application is 13th of February. So today we are on the 7th of February. So we have very few days to go. So guys, when you get this information, share it wide and far. Get as many people as possible who have who are working in these areas to register for this particular program and benefit. Please, we need more people to learn these skills to come back and help us solve problems in our community, and together we can save the world. So we will be able to raise to zero and raise to resist to resilience. So each sector has specific skills requirements. Therefore, we highly recommend you to please read the job descriptions below thoroughly before applying. So now they are here. We kind of like I'll walk you through the various sectors um that you can apply. So we have communications, those who see how they can use communication to help in resolving issues around the world. We have energy. If you are that energy enthusiast, looking at better options for energy, like maybe green energy, to see how like other options of energy we can take those ones that negatively affect our environment or climate. You are also welcome to. You can go apply for the energy option. And then we have agriculture, food and agriculture. I know, like I said, there are so many enthusiasts in Cameroon, like young people I know who are leading the social media landscape, and that will just be good for this particular program. Guys, do not hesitate. Explore the opportunity. Make use of it. Some of these opportunities are hard to come by. So when we have them, we should grab them. So we also have resilience. We have oceans. The oceans will be talking about like what are human activities and how do they affect the life, how do they affect those animals that live in the sea. How do our activities affect them, and how can we do to save them? If we look at just like the quantity of plastics that it's been shipped into the oceans, the seas, it's something that is on talk. In fact, it's on talk of. So if you are that person who is interested in seeing how we can clean the oceans and stuff like that, you might also apply for that particular sector. And then we have those who want to look at resilience, want to look at transportation. So guys, I will walk you through a few of these, and then after that we will come to see like how do you make the application. So let's take for instance that maybe I'm a food and agricultural enthusiast. I will click on this, and it brings me to the this page where now it gives the description of what the program is all about. So you have role description. This fellowship will provide a platform for young professionals to work with the champion team, and to contribute to their work on driving ambitious climate actions in the food and agricultural sector. So you should be willing to commit 16 hours, like we said. The start date is April 1st, 2022, and the duration will be 9 months, so April to December. And contract type, youth fellowship, it's paid by an independent contractor. Location is flexible. We are a global team, so the role may require some travel. So yeah, guys, it might require some travel, but if you are supposed to move, they will give you like they'll kind of like give you a description on directives on what you need to do to move. So you have, if you are working on this particular agricultural sector, you'll be reporting to the nature-based solutions sector lead. So this is the person who is the coordinator of this particular option. So what are others? Candidates are expected to work from home with occasional travels as and when requested. So you'll be working from home from your laptop precisely, and then if they need you to move, you move according to maybe what the project team wants you to do. Then they say in some locations a collaborative office space may be available. So in some places they will have an office where you guys will meet in the office and do whatever activities you are doing for your particular project. The candidate is expected to provide and maintain their own ICT and work tools. So here you are supposed to have your laptop and you're supposed to have your internet connection. That's what they're saying that is expected of you. And out of town travel and other work related expenses will be reimbursed in line with the travel and expense policy. So if you're expected to move out of where maybe where you're based, they will compensate you. They will reimburse whatever expenditure that you incur to move to wherever they wanted you to move for a particular for whatever activity they wanted you to carry out there. So a background of this particular project or this particular option, they say the climate change team provides support to the UNFCCC high-level climate champions to deliver on the mandate of the parties to drive. So the mandate is to drive climate action and enhance ambition by non-state actors working with the Marrakech Partnership and other partners. We mobilize businesses, investors, cities, regions, and civil society and act as a bridge between non-state actors and national governments to reach the goal of the Paris Agreement. At COP26, the two seven high-level climate champions launched a 5-year plan to deliver on the mandate from the parties. So, like I explained before, this the first version of this particular fellowship was launched last year, 2021, and it was labeled COP26, and so this one this year is COP27, and they have a 5 years plan. So it's after 5 years, that's 2025, that they will reassess this program to see how far they have gone in meeting their objectives and maybe what other actions are required for them to take. So that is it. So the global team is resourced to support the major campaigns: Race to Zero, Race to Resilience, Glasgow Finance Alliance for Net Zero. So like the objective here is like they're trying to see how they can empower people to help to bring down emissions or human activities to zero. They want that our activities should have no impact on the climate and should help the climate to be able like to resist things that are like those activities or those interventions that are coming from human activities. So they say the COP27 offers a unique moment to drive transformational change. So that's the objective of this particular session of the fellowship, is to drive transformational change, scaling actions for climate vulnerable communities. So they want to like those communities that are vulnerable to climate activities. They want to scale their actions to see how they can support them, you know, to better deal with the environment. I'm sure, like in some of our communities, especially in Cameroon, we know how we carry out farm work. Like we talk about Ankara, putting grass and burning the grass, knowing that it will help us to improve our yields. There is kind of like some research behind it saying that like putting like only burning those things help to emit gases in the atmosphere that destroy the ozone layer, thereby negatively affecting the environment. And those yields, like the activities that are carried out like that, the yields for that particular year might be good, but subsequent years will not will be very, very like will produce very little yield. So such activities are discouraged, and not everybody is kind of like aware or informed about some of those actions, and that's why we still have some of those actions taking place. So as a member who is participating for this on this particular program, based like maybe with like interest in food and agriculture, I'm sure those are some of the things that you'll be like advocating, trying to change the dynamics or stereotypes in our environment and help people like maybe their actions to reduce some of those activities that they carry out to reduce the effect on the environment. So overview of the climate champion youth fellowship. So, like we said, we have read some of these things. The power of the power of youth voices is reframing climate ambition and driving systematic change is incredible, and The champions are committed to integrating them into our core work. So that is what this program is all about. They know that the youth are champions, and we cannot be saying these people are the people that will have the highest effect, who will feel the highest effect of climate change, and we cannot be struggling to fight something that will affect them, and we sideline them, or we leave them behind. So we have to bring them at the forefront, empower them so that they can use their voices now to bring these actions into our day-to-day life. That is what this program is all about, changing our local mentality to help us to to add those activities that we can do on daily basis in our routine things that we do, such that our actions should not affect the environment. So that's what this program is all about. In 2021, the Climate Champions team launched a pilot global. So they launched a program last year where there were 5 leaders who came out and worked with other people. And this year they are going in, they are more determined to improve what the achievement of last year. So that's why they have launched the program again. And like I said, the program will run until 2025. The fellowship will provide an opportunity to work at what is arguably the most pressing challenge in the world today, and it will suit you if you are mission driven and thrive in fast-paced, ever-evolving and diverse teams. Remember, climate change is a hot topic which is contested around the world. Some people have refused that it doesn't exist. Others have, some people are showing proof that there is climate change. So if you are that type of person and you can thrive in a fast work environment, and you have your mission as to help some people understand some of these things and see how we can help save our environment and climate, then this will be a good one for you. You will need to be comfortable juggling different priorities and balancing multiple. So you'll be dealing with so many things, and you will probably be giving priorities over some of those things, and then you deal with those once you come back to other things and stuff like that. Competing demands and work in ways which are highly collaborative and engaging with a wide range of stakeholders at all levels and across sectors of the economy, policy, and society. So this will expose you to work with people from different sectors, guys, and it will help you to be able to exchange with these guys. So it's with these sectors. So it's a good opportunity for you to gain this experience. The fellowship will provide a platform for young professionals to work with the champion team and to contribute to their work on driving ambitious climate action. This is the second year of the fellowship and is an evolving program of work, and you will be expected to shape the work and your role in collaboration with leaders and peers within the Climate Champions team. The successful candidate will work closely with the nature-based system transformation team, youth engagement lead, project management office, as well as partners across the nature-based solutions sector, government, industry leaders, and non-for-profit agencies. So now, as a member of this particular program, who's based on this, you want to work on this the food and agricultural subgroup, primarily your focus will be 75% of your focus will be on sector specific engagement. So you'll be engaged in activities that concerns food and agriculture. That will be 75% of your engagement, of your time on this particular fellowship will be on those activities. So some of the key activities where you'll be involved will be primary information gathering and processing, supporting the nature-based solutions sector team in leveraging evidence, knowledge, and capabilities within the wider ecosystem. You will assisting in the production and development of key centralized knowledge assets, process, and channels for business, stakeholders, consumer, and citizen engagement to help identify and describe the landscape and actors, bring a system level view across sector, the key levers of change for climate action and who is actioning or planning to action them, the narrative aggregated across the sector, You also have project and process management support. So you'll be working on projects and you'll be helping in managing projects such as centralized tracking and reporting of key performance indicators, ad hoc administrative assistance for key events and major work streams as directly related to the sector work. Youth and stakeholders engagement. So you'll be engaging youth and other stakeholders, like we said, like non-governmental organizations, statement, and people like that. And then you also work on a capstone project that will be part of this particular program. So, and then the second area where you'll be working on will be power of the collective. So you'll be working in a team, and you spend 20% of the time, the 20% of the 9 months that you'll be on this program working in teams. And in those teams, what will you be doing? You'll be participating as speakers and conveners, curators at global youth movements and events in the lead up to COP 27, partnering with relevant organizations to design and deliver dialogues, workshops relevant to youth audience, media outreach and engagement. So you guys will be using social media and you'll be reaching out to people. And then the third aspect or the third key area you'll be spending time, just 5% on those one will be on leadership development. So you also be like, you'll be an important thread running alongside the key tasks shared above. So while you'll be working on key areas of food and agriculture, as well as collaborating with other stakeholders like the team ability or the teamwork there, you will be developing leadership skills that you can come back and lead activities or endeavors in your own community. So that is it. They say about you, the successful candidate will have experience gained in campaigning or a program-based environment. You will be a highly motivated self-starter, happy working across different time zones in a fast-paced environment. You are able to exercise sound judgment as when to sound judgment as to when to seek advice with regard to engaging stakeholders. The following requirements are essential. Like we made mention of these ones before. You should be under the age of 30 by April 2022. You should be a self-starter and an entrepreneurial working style. Yeah, like those guys, those my people back in Cameroon. I'm thinking of how we made it in Africa. I'm thinking about those young agricultural people are leading the landscape there. The business guys also, environmentalists. Please make sure you take this opportunity. You also have you should be able to collaborative and collegial working style. So you should be, if you are that person who wants to do things by yourself here, you don't want to work with others, this program is not for you. So you must be able to participate, work as a team, tolerate other people, share interpersonal skills and diplomacy. You should have ability to manage through ambiguity and change. So where there's things are not really clear or there's kind of a little confusion, you should be able to deal with those things and also manage change. Understanding of the youth climate ecosystem. You should know, like, you should understand your peers, what is happening there. Good process and project management skills with ability to juggle multiple priorities and deadlines, good communication skills, both verbal and written, and determination to support climate action and commitment to the climate champions core values below. So, what are the core values of this particular these climate champions? Now they should unite behind science. So in the process of uniting behind science, so you'll be trying to put into action what scientists have published. So you will now be like taking research from the laboratory and putting it into action. So this is what we call knowledge translation. You'll be translating the knowledge, what has been done by science, into action. You build up upon the incredible work to date. So what other people who are fighting in the field of action of climate change have done, you'll be collecting their ideas and amplifying it, like working on those ideas and see how you can improve those ideas. You take into action different ideas and perspective. Remember, our perspective will be different because people come from different angles in the world, and we have to work together to solve this problem because it's a world problem. Practice stubborn optimism. We recognize the scale of the problem combined with an absolute determination to build our way out. So when they talk about you practice stubborn optimism, it's because this topic is a highly contested topic. Some people don't believe about it. So they are saying that you who is working like as part of the core value of this program is that um you should recognize that climate change is a reality, and you should be determined to put actions in place to see how you can help save the world or save the climate, save the environment. You should seek progress and not perfection. So they don't want people who are perfect because there is no state of perfection in the world. So we keep striving to improve things. So they want some people who are coming on board this program with that mind, like we're struggling to keep improving every day as they go by. And be humble and generous. Remember, when you're working with other people, you have to respect other people's opinion, and you have to be outgoing and reaching. So you should be humble to listen to other people and be generous to share what you think. And the code of conduct, so like here, this, if you are a member of this particular program, you'll be expected to adhere to the highest standard of conduct and behavior, protecting the integrity and the mandate from the Paris and the UNFCCC process, the UNFCCC institution, and the COP presidency. Shortly after joining, there will be a number of mandatory induction meetings to ensure you have information and tools needed to work to higher standards. So they are going to provide information that will enable you to live by their code of ethics. So you have to behave in an ethical manner. So guys, that is basically what like the constituent or the various components of this particular project. And I'm sure for the other ones like the energy, the oceans, the transportation, they will have similar stuff. So guys, just look at what interests you and you read what is there to see that you fully understand it, and then you go ahead and make the application. So while we have gone through this, we are going to go back and see what that application form looks like. So I'll just take you back here, and we will come down to click here to view the application form. Applications will be reviewed on a rolling basis, and we will recommend applying early. So guys, they are not going to wait until the 13th of February before they start giving results on your application. The moment that the application comes in, they are going to review it, and they will give you feedback if you have been selected for the program or not. So that's what they mean by reviewing it. They will be reviewing it on rolling basis. So they say click here, and let's click here and see what we have as the application form. So it takes us to Climate Champion Youth Fellowship application form. So this is what we have. It gives a summary of the program, and I will take next so I can see more detail as far as the program is concerned. Next. All right. So here we require you to put the name and photo associated to the Google account will be recorded when you upload the files. Anyway, so that one is just something that concerns the account that you're using applying. It's not really that important. So what you need to do is you fill your first name, last name. So your first name is your given name, and your last name is your family name. So you put that there. You put your nationality. If you're a Cameroonian, Ghanaian, Nigerian, Canadian, you put whatever nationality you are there. Your city of residence, where are you residing? You put a city in this particular space. Country of residence, you also put where you are residing. If you are somebody who is residing out of your country of origin, then you put wherever you're residing. Your age, you should also type your age here. How will you describe your gender? Are you going to be like, are you a male, female, are you a cisgender, and stuff like that? You put it there. Email address for communication, please make sure you put an email address because that is their means of communication. Mobile number, please include with country code. Yeah, so you put the full details. For those in Cameroon, will be +237, and then you put the details. How many years of full-time work experience do you have? So remember, there's a requirement for you to have at least 5 years of work experience. So you're going to put in the duration of work experience here. I've just remembered those. There are some ladies who are working with some human rights group, and they're advocating certain things. Guys, do not hesitate to apply to this program. Are you currently employed full-time, part-time? So you're going to indicate whether you're employed full-time or part-time. And if you are unemployed, you should be able to know that at least you have worked for those 5 years before applying. Because if you say you've been unemployed for a long time, then I don't think that you'll be, for maybe you've been unemployed for let's say 5 years. I'm not really sure that you qualify for this program. So you have to indicate whether you're working full time or part time. Depending on your response to the last question, please share details of your role and organization. So here now, what you are doing, you're going to put your role. Take for instance, let's say maybe you're working with an organization that is out to fight against climate change. You're going to put your role in that organization here, and now you describe what you do in that role. So you will give a detailed description of the activities that you carry out in the organization, and maybe give the objective of the organization. So, which sectors are you particularly interested in for your fellowship placement? So now you're going to indicate those particular sectors that you are so passionate about, those ones that you're enthusiastic about. Like here, if you are kind of like an energy enthusiast, you will select energy. If you are a food and agricultural enthusiast, you will select food and agriculture and stuff like that. So, guys, you're going to be selecting here based on what your passion is. That's that drive. What you do you really want to do? In what area are you trying to make a difference to our environment? You're going to select that. So you're going to have two options. You're going to make a first choice and a second choice. I'm sure they will be striving to see how they can put each person like to work on his or her first choice. Since leaving full-time education, please outline what activities you have taken which are climate related or related to the sectors that you have mentioned above. So since you left school, what activities have you been doing? Like for people maybe who have been like advocating for climate change, maybe holding seminars, educating people on the various activities on maybe how to change lifestyle and stuff like that, you'll be indicating those activities here. So you might say that maybe since I left college in 2000 and this, I went to this, I learned about this program, and I've been able to like maybe help to change, organize seminars in my communities regularly, where we talk to community members about this and that and that, and this has been the effect of this. I have been doing this and that from that moment to now. So that's why you be explaining like since you left school. Tell us about yourself. So yeah, telling us about yourself is like, what are you doing? Like what have you done? Like you say maybe, let's take for instance, maybe I want to describe something about um maybe in the agriculture. Maybe I'm somebody like I'm doing stuff in agriculture. So I'm like maybe I am this maybe from Cameroon, and I've worked in this field for this number of years. I have gathered experience here. I studied this, and I've been able to use my skills to help people to change, maybe like to change or to solve these problems in my community. So you just be like giving a brief, like telling somebody about what you have done with respect to like, yeah, yourself and how your activities involve with climate change. What motivates you to apply for this particular fellowship? So here now you'll be giving the intent, like the reason for this particular program. You should do that in 200 words. So you can say that like, okay, you like for instance, maybe we can say that, or we understand like climate change is real, though some people around the world have argued it, and we can see that in our day-to-day life. We can see that in the rising temperatures, we can see that in droughts, we can see that in floods and stuff like that. So I believe I believe like humans and the world needs our attention as humans, and as a youth I think I should be at the forefront to fight this, to fight in saving the climate. So this participating on this particular program will give me that opportunity to equip myself with skills and knowledge required to take that action to save the world. It will also help me to interact and exchange, to network with people from other places around the world, to see how we can tackle this problem, which is a world's problem. So that will be like an example of maybe what has motivated you to join this particular program. What makes you a great fit for this particular program? I'm a great fit for this particular program because I believe and I acknowledge that there is climate change, and and there are certain actions that I have learned, that I know if we put this action, there is science behind these actions, that putting these actions in place will help change the world. So giving me this opportunity will help me like to only build that knowledge and help translate it in using the knowledge that I acquire from the program to solve my problems in my own community. Any organization or coalition forum that you are a member of. So if you are a member of an organization, a member of a coalition or forum which is there to fight against climate change and stuff like that in the various functions or options that you have, please indicate that. What do you think about climate leadership within your country? So now here they are expecting you to describe the climate change leadership in your country. Is it something that is highly acknowledged as an issue there? If it's something that's highly identified as an issue, you will need to talk about it like, yeah, we recognize climate change as a big problem, and there are so many activities in my country which has been directed at fighting against climate change. Or you're going to say climate change is not really a big issue in my country right now because a lot of attention has not been paid to it, and I think that maybe attending this program will give me the impetus to be able to like be at the forefront in supporting or championing the activities of climate change in my community. What are your biggest strengths that you can bring to the climate change team? Now, it just depends on this question will base it will vary with individual. So you can say maybe like based on the information I have acquired, and I am able to like work in teams to collaborate with other people. So like coming together, I will be able to like exchange my thoughts and accommodate the ideas of other people in this program. So by exchanging together, we'll learn together to make the world, um, to reduce the impact of climate change in the world. Any of your personal social media handles. So if you are kind of like an advocate or you have a social media handle, a page or a group that you advocate some of those activities or you discuss some of those activities there, you can put that handle here, and maybe they might direct other people to see what you're sharing or to get an idea into what you are doing. So you will have to provide names and email addresses of two referees, and one should be somebody that I have worked with. So here, you should maybe provide the name of your boss or a director or somebody that I have worked with who knows what you are doing as far as this particular climate change fight is concerned, and you provide the name of those persons to be able to speak on your behalf to describe what you are doing, and you are also expected to submit a PDF copy of your resume. So you have to like develop a resume, save it as a PDF, and you upload it. And once you upload that particular resume here, you take submit, and you are done with the program. You are done with the application, and you wait to hear what the results will be. They will evaluate, assess your application, and they will get back to you. So that is it, guys. Thank you so much for being with me. Thank you so much for following this video to the end. If you are new to this channel, please subscribe, like the video, share with other people, share with other people, guys, so this message can go as far and wide as possible. And please always subscribe to this channel, share it with others so we can keep this conversation going. We can be able to talk about opportunities whenever they come up. Thank you so much for always being there with me, and I'll see you in my next video.